We just got different viewpoints, you and me. And that doesn't mean we can't talk. We don't have to be enemies.
Administrative warrant is essentially something that an official, an ICE official, or a federal system signs off on in order for federal officers that are in some different parts of the country to act on somebody who's I do wonder though, your perspective on this, the accusation, repeated accusation that federal agents have been dishonest about multiple incidents, including incidents that have seen American citizens shot. Do you have any apprehension about allowing ICE to go ahead and enter someone's home or to try to apprehend someone signing off on a warrant that possible politics and they're going to go through the abuse of it? Firstly, I'd like to clarify what you said. I don't, my knowledge, no federal officer has lied about any incident involving shooting an American citizen. The story that's coming out now from 3 days ago is that student officers are administrative duties for residents in this country, supposedly illegally. Look, these illegal aliens, especially the criminal illegal aliens, if you tied a judicial warrant to what ICE is doing, it will never happen. What is happening now, though, Tom Homeland is there. They sent it a different quarterback, taking Kristi Noem. He's made a deal, thanks to the municipality, to get cooperation. And now that there's cooperation, there's no longer a need for as many ICE agents in there. But today, the Trump administration has removed more than 675,000 illegal aliens and more than 2 million illegal aliens have self-reported. I think we're on the right track. The Congressman, maybe the language was somewhat imprecise and I should have been more broad. There's immense distrust in this country over the work of these federal agents because you had administration officials suggesting that Alex Cuddy was brandishing a weapon and threatening law enforcement. And we all saw with our own eyes that that wasn't the case. So forgive me if that Venezuelan citizen didn't happen to be an American citizen who was shot, but there's still a trust problem with these federal agents, especially those that apparently ICE acknowledging likely were not under oath. So I go back to the question: are we willing to find these facts and conviction without further efforts to oversee what you're doing? Are you willing to try to ICE office to just sign down the warrant without having actual public apology? So the next slide, the comment is that, and President Trump to deport the illegal aliens. President Biden let into our great nation from 12 to 15 million. We have got the right to ship on this. Action has to be taken. It's being taken in other places. Memphis, Tennessee, there are no problems there. The deportation efforts in Texas, no problem.
Oh, what's up? I can't read that, bro. Sorry. I don't speak Russian.
Widespread concern about why the federal government is keeping this information. Apparently, they provide the clarity folks like Missouri's Secretary of State. Do you seriously think? I do.
What's up, man? How you doing, Mark? Sam, how you doing? All right, guys. I have one topic today. Okay, we're going to talk about it. The question is, What is something that you find badass? What is something that you find badass?
And for valid reasons, it led to a lot of mistrust, talking about lack of trust.
I'm blessed. I found the charger brick for the MacBook. Is that your answer? Is that what you find badass? I see a lot of things lately that are badass. I try to think through my life what I consider just badass. Like I want to give you a real answer that you can think on here. People who love their car culture. I like that answer. Do you think that's badass? A Hellcat car? Star that one too. My dirt bike. I find her on Linda Carter badass and foxy. Linda Carter is badass. Linda Carter is absolutely badass. If you don't know who Linda Carter is the original Wonder Woman. Kids who can, I bet you eat hella ass with a beard like that. Kids who can highway Willie a '57 Chevy. I love it, man. I didn't want to come in here and talk politics today. You know, we do that a little too much in here. And this stream, we're trying to find a balance of entertainment, places you can go just to remember and think about nostalgia, Gen X stuff, discuss big world issues. PS5. Well, don't rub it in, bro. I ain't got a PS5. It's the first, well, no, it's the second generation of a console that I haven't purchased right as it was being released. Not saying my gaming days are over, bro. They're not. I game on here quite a lot, but I don't know. I just couldn't justify the price tag at the time. I'm glad you could. I'm glad you're getting the entertainment out of it, and you can call it badass. The Dumbass of the Day channel. Politics divide us. Sorry. An old original Atari with all the cartridges. You know who said that? Mark. Mark, I tend to agree with you, man, but I don't know. I agree with you to a point because, man, I go back and I try to play these games. You know, I get the emulators and I'm so excited because now you can get an emulator and you can play any Game Boy Advance game, old school stuff. I do love a lot of that stuff. Don't get me wrong, but most of it's RPGs. It's RPGs. Like when I go back too far, like to ColecoVision, that was my big get for Christmas was ColecoVision. I look at those games right now, and I watch gameplays of it, and I couldn't play that. You know what I mean? I just couldn't find the interest to sit down and play that type of game anymore because the type of game I need now has got to be it's got to be over encompassing, engrossing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's nothing against those games. They have their place. But I will tell you, man, sometimes it's better just to remember the games as you did as a child, because when you go back and you try to play them again, you're just like, man, you know, it gets old really quick. And that's just the way it works because those games didn't have the technology, you know. I mean, they can still be fun, don't get me wrong, but let me see. RC Car. Subscribe. Thank you. Alexia Gunther. Yeah, and I'll tell you I'll explain that a little bit more. I do First Amendment auditing. and my videos have gotten shadow banned here on YouTube. I busted my ass to get those videos out, and so now I'm having to try different things until they can stop shadow banning auditor videos. I'm not just an auditor though. I'm all about freedom. Okay, we talk about. I consider myself enlightened. We talk about big things. We talk about things in a different way. Okay, and I want to give you guys an escape. I want to give you a question. I just threw a video up not long ago, probably about 30 minutes ago. If you want to go over and check that video out and respond to it, I think it's a pretty good topic. It's like a 3-minute video. I can't make these long videos anymore because they don't get sent. They don't get shown. But these I can do as long as I want to, and we get new subs this way. Yeah, but old school, you just need a TV and power. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, there's a place for them, bro. I'll go back from time to time, and you know the big hitters, the heavy hitters, like the original Donkey Kong and the Pac-Man, Defender, and all those, they still hold up. I'd rather be played it on a cabinet. Not gonna lie to you, but let's see. The most recent video game I played was PS2 World War II. I probably played that. I just can't remember it right off the bat. WSG, I agree. Yeah, like watching Miami Vice now. Yeah, man. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, man. It's one of the. Oh, you're my dad. Well, my dad passed away about 26 years ago. So good to see you, Dad. District 8, yeah, that is badass. District 8, I would consider badass. I remember seeing that in the theater, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, because you didn't expect much from it, you know? I remember a Sega CD. Yeah, I remember those two. Talk about Zelda. What do you want to talk about Zelda? Sun Will Rise Again, NBA Jam. If your child looked like the RF adapter, if you could hook up the RF adapter to your TV screen. Yeah, and that's another thing, guys. I do picking on the side. I'm a part-time picker. I hustle. You know, I go out and buy things and resell them. I've been doing that for many years. If you ever want to dabble in that, believe it or not, those old CRT screens, the big long back TVs that everybody just threw out when we got the flat screen TVs, some of those have good value now. Some of them have good value now. Video game collectors look for those TVs. So just keep that in mind. If you ever see that, you might want to look at the price on it, you know, if you're out picking or whatever, because yeah, they have some good value. Video game people are serious about their craft, and you know, they want that old TV to go along with that old system. And plus it's just easier to hook into. I found an old laptop at a garage sale. Did you find anything on it, Mark? I'd be going through that to find stuff. I watch a lot of content creators on YouTube, and I find it fascinating, the people I watch, because it'll just be the most random things, you know. And I think a lot of people are like that. You browse it on YouTube, you give it a try. If you don't have premium, get premium. The ads will stop. I'm a long way from putting any ads in my videos unless they do it. But if you get premium, the ads aren't going to be there. I would highly suggest, if you're into YouTube, get that premium. I think it's $20 a month. It might be less than that, but it's totally worth it. It takes the commercials out, and you can go down as many rabbit holes on YouTube as you want to. But one of the streamers that I was watching the other night, this guy's got a good little idea here. What he does is, I think his name's Brutal Moose, and Brutal Moose does a little bit of everything. I appreciate those content creators that do a little bit of everything and aren't just stuck in one area. But I like this guy because what I think it was him the other night, what I saw he was doing was, he's got this new series where he goes out and he finds old video cassette tapes. Like he'll find them at flea markets or bins, Goodwill, places like that. And he won't know what's on them. He'll get the kind that you record on, and it'll say some stuff on it, but he just picks them up and brings them home and pops them in, and we all discover together what whoever is dead now that recorded that was watching at the time, you know? And I know it sounds weird. It sounds like it shouldn't be interesting, but there's something about it. It's pretty damn interesting. I'm seeing more people want to go back to nostalgic things and talk about nostalgia, which is why I'm okay with the 1A stuff being kind of slow right now, because I am Gen X Press. We're a news channel, but I want to cover some nostalgic stuff too. You know, I want to be a place where you guys can go look at those videos and it'll take you back to a place. So hopefully we can do that. Let me see. This lady was selling her ex-husband's laptop. She sold it to me for $60. Nice. And you know, we're always going to have little idiots that come in here, the little morons who come in here and gotta, you know, they got nothing better to do with their lives than go and troll somebody by putting up disgusting words. And you know, you can troll me all you want to, bro. I'm okay. But you start putting up words like that, man, I'm gonna have a real problem with you real quick, okay? You racist piece of shit. As a matter of fact, you're gone. Bye. That's how you got to treat these people. You got to treat them like that in public too. If somebody's going around, you know, trying to, I notice they never do it in public. You know, people come in here and want to spout the N word or use just be a nasty overall human individual. They're never that way in public because they're all giant cowards and pussies. I call them out on it every day, and they never respond back because they know they would never want to meet me in public with a mouth like that. All right, here we go. Those people are not worth the time. I know they're not. I know they're not. They're really not. But we just, you know, whenever we just let them scurry on off and get away with their thing, we're doing a disservice to this country. All right, because they think they're getting away with their bullshit, and we need to call them out on that shit. I get it. It's a lot of people feel like they don't need to do that. I feel like I need to do it. If they come into my platform that I busted my ass on and try to spread that shit on my stuff, then I'm gonna have a little word with them. Usually we have a couple mods in here, but I'm usually a night show, so they're probably not in here right now. It's called the internet. Yeah, no shit, man. It's called the internet, and the internet needs to fucking change. The internet has destroyed this world because of the fact that grown men can go online and hide their identities and talk as much bullshit as they want. Why, you know, everybody's talking about, well, we need licenses to do this and that. Why don't we have a fucking internet license? How about that? How about we get an internet license where you're free to use the world internet as you please. You can do whatever you want to, but guess what? Your name's going to be attached to what you do. It would stop pedophiles. It would stop pedophiles. It would stop racists. It would stop Nazis. It would stop all that nonsense overnight. Because while you're free to say what you want to in this country, you're not free to repercussions. And that's the lesson that you guys are going to be learning over the next few years as you lose your jobs because of the nasty shit you've done. That's fair. That's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, man. Anytime I bring it up, everybody, no, it's all. And you notice the ones that are always yelling are always the ones that are embarrassed of the shit they say. Now, I'm not going to say that you won't go online every now and then, and you may be drunk, and you may get into an argument with something or something like that. But I mean, those are different things. We can see patterns, okay? And if we see a pattern of it where it's going on and on and on and on and on, it's just time to disconnect you from society because you don't belong in society. How about we give the news same license? News is news, bro. News is whatever you want it to be. If you pick up a phone and you start recording, that's news. So there ain't going to be no news licenses. No, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Freedom of the press in this country for a reason. Sending love from Ushaniva Beach. Man, I don't know where you're at, but it's on a beach, and I'd love to be there. Holy crap! Even if it's cold, I'd love to be on the beach. True. Okay. I would stop everything for real if all that rainbow shit also. Bro, what where have you gotten in your life that a rainbow bothers you? I mean, come the fuck on, man. We got people starving in our streets. We got people being murdered every day. We got more guns than we do people. And a lot of the people who have the guns are fucking morons. So, and you're talking about a rainbow. Man, we can barely afford to eat in this country. We can barely afford to pay our rent. Every other turn we make, we're getting screwed more by a corporation. And you're in here talking about a fucking rainbow, man. Man, you really need to get some critical thinking skills. All right. A rainbow doesn't affect me in any way. Whoever wants to take the rainbow and make it their own, I don't care. Go make it your own. It's a fucking rainbow. I mean, let's just get serious here for a minute. It's another user banned. Talk sense, brainless coward. You sound like rainbows. Go fuck yourselves, guys. Okay, I'm going for the next question here. For anybody that's a serious human being, I do like that one. I always on the lookout for like questions that make you think outside of the box. If you like that kind of stuff, you need to go ahead and sub up to this channel because I'm going to be bringing um, thought challenges to you. Is that the right word? Thought challenges. Uh, and I found some really cool ones, man. I've been going through these, and they're all really good. Here's a good one. Here's a good one right here. Well, no, I'm not going to do that one because that'll get political. There's no point in getting political. All right. Sorry, I'm reading them. I just want it to be a good one. That's what she said. All right, here we go. Here's one. This one's kind of a thinker, and maybe we can help each other out with this one. Okay. I'll show you the question, but I'll go ahead and read it so you don't have to get up to my phone or up to your phone and read it. The question is, and I'll serious responses here. If it's funny, if it's a funny response, I'll take that. It doesn't have to be serious if it's funny, as long as it's not hurtful. All right. So the question is, sorry, my hand's in the way. What makes you nervous? Okay. What makes you nervous? That's the question. It's a two-part question. And what do you do to cope with your nervousness? So what makes you nervous and what do you do to cope with that nervousness? I can go ahead and start. Shit. Man, as I get older, less things make me nervous. I'm not going to lie. Shit. It's a tough one, man, because I don't get nervous at speaking in front of large crowds. I don't get nervous at the usual things like that. Let me see if y'all got any answers. Nice background. Thank you, man. When her cock is bigger than mine. It's me, Tyson, in the house. See, it's me, Tyson. He's a regular sub, okay? He knows he can come in here and he knows he can say that because I know what kind of person Tyson is. Tyson knows that I'm going to laugh at some silly shit like that. Thank you for that, Tyson. When someone messes with my wife, yeah, Mark. Hell yeah. Does that make you nervous? I think that'd make you more angry. I don't know, but it could they could be put together, I guess. If you get nervous about that, then I would think that you're nervous that you might hurt someone, right? I think that's what it is. All right. Modern people refer to it as anxiety. Yeah. What do you think about anxiety, Ethan? Do you think it's a real thing? A lot of men out there, a lot of men out there, a lot of manly men don't think anxiety is a real thing. That kind of person really, I have a hard time with that kind of person. Anxiety is a real thing. It's a real thing. Now, did we deal with it back in the day the way we deal with it now? No. We probably didn't have any medication for anxiety, or we had some, but we didn't have all the medicines that we have today. Now, I kind of get what you're saying there, brother. Sorry, I'm trying to get my cord for my phone. I kind of get what you're trying to say there. Okay, I feel it. I can feel it in the way you said it. Modern people refer to it as anxiety. Uh, I get what you're saying. It seems like over the last 20, 30 years, we are a pill infected country. It seems like anything we have a problem for, they're going to make a fucking pill for us. And that's just because we're a for profit healthcare system. If we weren't a for profit healthcare system, we wouldn't be having all these ridiculous drugs that come out. Oh, make your fingernails look better. And then at the end of the ad, oh, by the way, side effects include stroke, heart attack, cancer. I mean, I'm serious, man. These commercials have become so ludicrous now. When I see them, I just wait for the end. I'm like, okay, what does this one do? And then I wait for the end for the side effects. And the side effects are always 100 times worse than what it is you're trying to fix on yourself. So I get it. Yeah, we are a drug crazed nation. There's no doubt about that. Uh, but I don't think that's Americans' fault. I think it's the fault of the for-profit healthcare system and the billionaires up top who want to come up with these reasons that you need another pill. It's like the depression medicine. Now I'm seeing a fucking commercial for if your depression medicine's not working, here's another depression medicine that you can add to it that will help you out. See, that's scary stuff right there, guys. It's really scary. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of scary in this country. All right, I got way behind on the comments. Dipshits that think they're smart talk shit to them on lives. We need to bring back new metal. That's okay, man. I got no problem with new metal. I didn't listen to it a lot, but how do you feel about the progress of the country as a whole? And what do you think we could do to make it better in a big way? That's a big question. That's a big. I'm going to go ahead and I want to give you some props on that one. I'm going to star that one. Thank you for that wonderful big question. We love those big questions. I mean, man, it just. I think we kind of touched on a little bit with social media. I really think social media we need more accountability in social media. You know, in the real world, you can't just go. I mean, you can just go around saying whatever you want to, but you might get knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? Because somebody might get very angry and say, "Why are you saying that about that person or that race or whatever?" Um, so, yeah, if you hold people accountable for what they say on the internet, then you're going to take away a large problem that we have in this world, because we already know that Russia and a lot of other countries have gotten China have gotten into our shit, and they have taken over our social media. You know, you can go on Facebook right now and find a random person. Maybe they're a red hat. Maybe they're all Trump all the time. You could ask them to go down their list of groups that they have that they're part of. These fake ass groups that are like proud to be American. It's a group, and they don't say where they're from. I'll tell you where they're from. They're from fucking Russia, or they're from China, or they're from somewhere else, and all they're doing is putting antagonistic shit on Facebook and everywhere else on social media, and to drive the little brains crazy. You know, and I see it. All you got to do is really look at there's a way you can find it out. I need to give y'all more information on how to find out if you have a bunch of fucking troll groups on your site or on your page, because you probably do. You probably do and don't even know it. And they do it to both sides. They do it to both sides, okay? I'm not saying that they're just doing it to the Trump side. When people talk about election interference in 2016, they were talking about Trump was smart enough to say, prove it. Well, you can't prove it because he wants to make it sound like there's things being done on the voter rolls. No, there ain't shit being done on the voter rolls. It's all being done in social media. It's all being done in social media. They come in, they stoke the culture wars. They want us to kill each other, and we're just simply not going to do that. You gotta start using this a little bit. You know what I mean? So that would be my short answer. I think the first thing we start with is accountability on the internet. I really think that that's going to be huge and solve a lot of problems. Nothing's ever going to solve every problem, guys. I mean, that's why we have to continue to think critically. No one's ever going to be 100% happy on anything. Megalomaniacs make me nervous. Fuck yeah, they do. That's a good one. It's a good one, Die Mays. They don't have empathy. They have no empathy. You know, and we've talked about on this channel many times what defines a man in America. You know, you got one group of people who want to define a man in America as people who make fun of women, make fun of minorities. You know, these guys that want to be alpha males and claim they get all this pussy and they don't get any pussy. We're not stupid, okay? Women aren't looking for men like you. They're not looking for men with no empathy. Women are looking for men who are kind. I mean, they want them to be manly too, don't get me wrong, but you can do both. You can do both. You don't have to just... Manly's not being a fucking prick to everybody you see. Manly's not talking over other people. Manly's not listening to other people, just waiting for yourself to respond. None of that's manly. Manly is going out and helping people who are down. Helping people, making people smile. You know, that's a man. That's a man. Somebody who wants to do better for others. It's not all about ourselves, guys. We got to get to the point where we understand we live in a fabulous country with many people. And if we focus too much on ourselves, that's, you know, you need to understand that there's people around you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying don't be proud of your race, proud of your heritage or anything like that. Be proud of all that stuff. But also, you can't erase things that have happened in the past. We've all done bad shit. White men have done a lot of bad shit. And a lot of other people around the world have done a lot of bad shit. When you start trying to take it out of our fucking schools and you start trying to whitewash it, we see that. Real Americans see that and they go, you know what? No, you're not going to take that out of a school because you feel bad because you're a white person and that happened to black people. It is what it is, man. You grow the fuck up and you move on and you say, that wasn't me. In my heart, I don't have that. That's how you're a man. That's how you're a man. Have you seen those AI insurance commercials? They're deplorable. I might have. I've been seeing some commercials lately that are really like making me go, what the fuck is going on? They're doing it everywhere now. The ads are getting into your... Bro, if you order something online, like food or something, they're finding ways to wedge ads in there with, oh, you get a free, you get $20 Sam's Club, you know. They're doing it. They're at gas stations, everywhere you go. I mean, if they could have an ad playing right up on your back wall while you fuck your wife, they would have it. They would have it. They would actually want it to be on her chest, right between her boobs. While you're looking at those boobs, you can look at that ad right between. That's the corporate utopia right there. They want us to always be watching fucking ads. And we're slowly starting to wake up, guys. We're slowly starting to wake up, and we're understanding it's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. Trademark. Don't try to steal it. I do have shirts on the way. Junkie Nation. You look like Jedge and Swap. I don't know what the hell that is. Probably an insult. None of the stuff they come up with actually fix the problem, and that's the crazy part about it. No, it makes it worse. It makes it worse, man. Look, I was talking. I've mentioned this many times on my live streams, and I'm going to keep mentioning it. I get it. I get it. You think that the people that aren't on your side, that are on the other side of the political aisle, don't want illegals here or want illegals here. It's not true. Most Americans, about 70% of them, think that that illegals should come through legally or go back and be deported. The problem is we have an idiot at the top who thinks that whatever he says, he can snap a finger and it gets done. Hey, Mr. Dumb Fuck, that's not the way life works, bro. I don't care how powerful you think you are. Life doesn't work like that. Nothing's easy. Nothing at all is easy in this country. We have to deal with a lot of different nationalities. Nothing is easy. And that's why it's ridiculous that you're even in office, because you're definitely not a critical thinker. I mean, I can appreciate getting the processes started, but you got to have due process. When you fuck around with due process and you take away due process, then the real Americans are going to come at you and say, well, what's going to happen when they try to take away my fucking due process? If they can take it away from them, they can take it away from me. If they can take away that gun from that protester who's legally allowed to carry a gun at a fucking protest, you damn well better believe they can come and take your gun anywhere they decide you don't need to have a gun. You got to open up your fucking eyes, man. You got to open up your eyes. Just because they're authority, you have to question authority, because you just assume that authority is good, and authority is not fucking good. Look around you, man. Everybody in authority is a piece of shit. In a position of authority, they're all pieces of shit on both sides. They're all taking money from the giant corporations. They're all going along with all the fucking culture wars. They know what's going on. They can stop it, but they don't. And media, you're a lot to blame too. Media, your dumb asses got to go out and put up the most sensationalistic stories, even though that only represents maybe 3% of the population. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? We're in a time where people judge other people by what they see in the media. So if you're constantly pushing about this Mexican criminal, this Mexican criminal, this Mexican criminal, everybody thinks every fucking Mexican's a criminal. And they're not. Most of them, the majority of them, are good people. And that's where we get this whole mix up on our understanding of why we don't think the same way. I don't think the way you do, bro. It's going to take a lot of people to make me demonize an entire group of people. I'm gonna need facts. You know what I mean? Show me facts. All right, here we go. The country seems to have a pedophile problem for some reason. Yeah, no shit. Apparently, if you have enough money, you can be a pedophile. That and Americans, at least a small portion of Americans, are sitting around saying, "Yeah, that's okay with me. I believe them." And today we're finding out that they just released a bunch of fucking names, redacted a bunch of names in the files that didn't need to be redacted. All they're trying to do is muddy the waters up. They haven't released half the fucking files. And if you come in here, any of you, defending anything that's been done on the Epstein files, I will boot you out of here, because you're a pedophile protector. And we as humans on all sides should come together and be able to agree, yeah, we need to cut their nuts off. It's time. Just because you got a lot of money and you're a billionaire and you think you can do what the fuck you want to do, we the people say you can't do what the fuck you want to do. And we will hold you accountable eventually. Once we have enough eyes open up and we say we're tired of living on our knees, it's time to stand up. Once we do that, the billionaires up top are going to quit trying to fuck us at every corner. They're going to understand, oh, maybe we should lower our prices. Oh, maybe we should give the consumer back their prices that they had before COVID, that we're now paying the exact same prices for, but we haven't passed the savings on to consumers. Or do you think we're fucking idiots, man? We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. I have a puppy I'm posting every day until fully grown. That's amazing. Yes, do that, Adapt. Do that. That's content that I would definitely be interested in seeing. Great idea. Do it. I want to get my dogs in a lot more videos because I have some pretty cool dogs. I would even call them badass. But I'm not going to lie to you. Studio A over there, that other room, it's jacked up. They can't come in there. They can't come in Studio B, the bedroom, because it's fucking needs to be cleaned. I want to be in an environment that looks nice for my dogs. For me, I don't care about because I look like this. So if I'm sitting in front of a pile of trash, it's just going to look natural. Depreciation at its best, right there. I have a solution to your problem. Uninstall all social media. That's not a solution to the problem. Not at all, brother. You don't get to use that. That's not going to be used by you because you want somebody who's a moral person and wants accountability on it. You're telling me to uninstall my social media. It's not going to happen. I will constantly come after people like you. You want me to go away. I'm not going away, bro. None of us are. I quit social media. Other than this, I don't engage. That's good stuff. Glad you got to that place. Some women deserve to be made fun of. Do they deserve to be shoved down? Have you ever shoved a woman down? Let me ask whoever answered that. And it sounds you may be defending ICE. I don't think you are, but I'm going a different direction here. You said some women deserve to be made fun of. I never said women didn't deserve to be made fun of. Do they deserve to be shoved down in the streets by grown men for no reason? Because that's what's going on all over the country. While you talk about that, nobody wants to come get your gun, dumbass. No, who's the dumbass are the people who were the 2A guys. I'm a 1A guy. That's my career. That's what I do. That's what I do, bro. I protect your First Amendment rights. My Second Amendment guys have always come up to me and said, I respect you, brother. I'm a 2A guy. I respect what you do. Now, all of a sudden, a lot of those 2A guys they're like, oh, nobody wants your guns. Really? The same people who say every day I have 12 guns to protect myself from the government are now saying the government's not coming after your guns, even though Trump and that idiot bitch, Pam Bondi, fucking both said that they shouldn't have had guns there. Bullshit. They could have guns there, and they will have guns there, and they will continue to bring guns there because that's their right as an American. And if you're not protecting their Second Amendment rights, then fuck your Second Amendment rights, bitch. That's all I got to say. You done pissed me off now with that. Because they're all illegal. Who's all illegal? What are you talking about? Who's all illegal? Oh, and I'm still waiting on somebody to come to Liberties with proof that illegals vote. I want proof. I haven't gotten proof from anywhere. Feelings don't matter. Feelings don't matter. It don't matter how you felt about what you saw at 2:00 in the morning. You dumb fuckers. I'm going to explain 2:00 in the morning to you, okay? Trump set every bit of that fucking shit up. Trump set every bit of that shit up in 2020 when he lost. He made sure he called the election, those election areas in those major cities, and he made sure that they didn't start their counts until all the polls were closed. Okay, that's what he did. And so what happens is when you have a city of 2 million people, it doesn't all fucking get counted at once. And they had to wait till late at night because Trump said, no, you ain't going to start your counting early. So yes, at 2 o'clock in the morning, that 100,000, 200,000 vote total jumped up. Yeah, that was all votes coming in from a blue city. That's all it was. That your whole magical conspiracy that you dreamed up in your head, that's what it was. You got to do better as humans. You got to think better. When you can come to me with some proof that illegals vote, then you'll have a platform where we can actually debate. Until then, this is for you. You don't have any proof. You don't come in here making wild claims and accusations. That's a lot of that going on, man. Wild claims and accusations with no proof. And then one side's got not wild claims and accusations and a whole bunch of proof that they want released. But one side says, no, we don't want those released. We're worried about the children. You got to be fucking kidding me. Man, I don't care if 85% of those people in those files are Democrats. I want them fucking released. ASAP. I want everybody across the board arrested. Anybody who knew about it. That's the thing that's more troubling than me than anything else. You know, people say, well, there's no proof Trump did anything. There don't have to be proof. There's proof that he fucking knew about it and he didn't say anything. That's enough. That's all the proof you need. If you know about a secret island where kids are getting fucked and raped and sex trafficked, if you knew about that and you didn't go to authorities about it, you just kind of, I'll just disassociate myself with him. Well, guess what? You've already had 10 years on the records with him. So, yeah, it doesn't look too fucking good for you, Mr. Orange. Georgia has been officially caught 300,000 fake votes. You want proof? California rejects 1/3 called to jury duty illegals. You have to register to vote to be called jury duty. That's definitely not proof to me. I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about. It sounds like a bunch of fucking talking point bullshit. Show me the fucking proof. We do have proof of people illegally voting. Red hats. In 2020, there were several red hats who got arrested for voting twice. So yeah, there's definitely some fraud going on out there, but it's on the red hat side. And let's also talk about how one side wants to make it impossible for others to vote. Let's really put on our critical thinking caps here. Who do you want to be a part of? The side that wants to make it impossible for certain people to vote, or the side who wants every American to fucking vote? I want every American to vote and be heard. I think that once we get the power back, the first thing that's going to go away is Electoral College. We're going to make sure that Electoral College is going to be gone. We're going to decide by popular vote. That's how our elections are going to be decided. We don't need the Electoral College anymore. It was used for something, and now it's not useful anymore. It's time to progress and move on from that. Certain podcasters have the proof. Where? I haven't seen it anywhere. I mean, I keep hearing emotions. I keep hearing the numbers of illegals that came in through Biden go up from 5 million to 25 million. That definitely happened. Where they're at, I have no idea. I'd also like pictures of where the 25 million new Americans are at. That's 25 new major cities full of Hispanics and illegals. Where are they? Show me those cities, and then we can talk about that bullshit 25 million number. First off, we can talk about that. But no, what Trump likes to do is he likes to have a little bit of a fact And then every time you hear him talk again, that little bit of a fact grows into a bigger number. That's what he does. And he hopes you don't notice it. And his dumbass followers don't notice it. But we absolutely notice it. You're older than me and you really think there's a left and right side. Both sides are controlled by Mossad. How is that hard to see? Both sides aren't controlled by, I don't know who the fuck Mossad is. Both sides are controlled all right. They're controlled by the 1% up top, the billionaires. That's who it's all being run by. It's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. Now, if you're going to come in here and try to demonize one person because you have an agenda, I'm not going to let you do that, man. Now, if he's one of the world's richest people, then I will absolutely say, yes, he's part of the problem, because those people should not exist. And if you're a Christian, do not come in here and tell me that a billionaire should exist, because I can cite 50 passages in the Bible that tell me that having a lot of money and being a billionaire or a millionaire or a rich person, not a good thing. Not a good thing. All right. It will be a wonderful day when a great America gives Trump the Kirk treatment. Ooh, man, that's a tough one there, bro. Look at Sarah Fifth coming in here. Sarith. That did not happen, and you have no proof of that. People are about to go down for 2020. Where's the 15 million voters go from 2020? They were all fake. Man, whoever you are, you need to go seek help. Who said that about 15 million voters from 2020 being fake? You seriously need to immediately go over to your TV and turn off whatever propaganda fucking channel you have on. It's one of three. It's either Newsmax, it's either OAN, or it's Fox. You turn those off because I ain't seen shit about 15 million votes being illegal. I don't know where this is coming from. Why haven't I seen anything about it on the news? Because it's not a real thing. That's why I haven't said anything about it on the news. It's feelings. Trump fucking lost 2020 because he fucked around with COVID and didn't take care of things the way he should have with COVID. So he lost 2020. He came back and he won 2024. 2016 he won, but he also won with the help of a fucking arm from the east side of from Russia and China, who were just coming in trying to create culture wars, creating fake groups, who these morons thought were real groups on both sides. They do it to both sides. You can go in any liberal group too, and you'll see somebody with a post that you see, that seems a little controversial. Click on that guy. Click on that guy. If they don't have a picture, number one, that's automatically a fucking bot. Number two, if they have under 10 friends, it's a bot. Sometimes bots wind up getting a lot of friends these days because there's a lot of morons in this country who can't figure out they're agreeing with a bot instead of a real person. The news is controlled by Mossad, who you really think tell the truth. News is controlled by me, brother. It's controlled by you. It ain't controlled by them. You have a phone in your pocket, then you control the narrative. Go out, find what you want to find on video, show it to the world. Show it to the world, build up a platform, somebody's going to want to see it. So you say they may control the news, and that's fine if they do. I mean, I haven't, I don't really, I get my news from overseas. I get my news from BBC. All right. I didn't want to get into all this politics shit. This is really going to be about just chilling out and answering a few topical questions. And I let it get that way. I start to read the troll comments. I get it. I do. But forgive me for that. I don't always do that. Sometimes we stay on focus, and sometimes we just talk about what we want to talk about. If it's something you seem maybe interested in, go out and check out a couple more of my videos to see some of our live streams. I only have clips up there. But we have fun. We play games. We all kinds of games, creative games. We listen to music. We talk about music. We talk about Gen X. We'll shut up for about politics at night most of the time. And it's not all a bunch of red hats or a bunch of fucking libs or a bunch of Christians or a bunch of agnostics or a bunch of atheists. We're everything. We have them all in there. We respect each other. All right, if that sounds like something you want to fucking try, just try for once, since nobody else is really trying to do it out there. I'm trying to do it. People call me crazy for trying to do it, but I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna do what I can to help humanity. And if that means just making videos for you guys so you can relax, then that's the way I'll do it. If that means going out and doing my First Amendment audits to find crooked and good cops, then I will continue to do that. I'm going to continue to do that. If that means I have to spill my blood on the streets for my First Amendment constitutional right to film in public, then I will absolutely spill my blood on the street to do so. Don't ever question whether or not I'm a real person and a truthful person. Somebody comes after my First Amendment rights, they're going to have a fight to the death. I promise you. You just said, why haven't I seen it on the news? BBC. I watch BBC. You're saying the BBC is controlled by this? See, I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to make one big bad Jewish guy the bad guy, and I'm not going to jump on that. I'm just not going to do it because I don't think it is one big bad guy. I think it's the top 1% are all the big bad guys, and they're all working together, and none of them should exist. Period. I'm gonna leave you with this fact, okay? This always stuns a lot of fucking people, but it's a real fact. Look it up. 82% of all new earned income in the United States, 82% of all new earned income in the United States goes to the top 1% of the country. That's a real fact. I want you to take it, lock it in. Even if you don't believe in it, lock it in, let it ruminate for a few days, and come back and talk about it, okay? You should be fully pissed off in a couple of days when you've really thought about what's really happening in this world. All right? Love you guys. Continue to talk. Continue to ask the big questions. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of trolls. Don't be afraid of cities. Please don't be afraid of cities. Go out into cities, explore different nationalities, different cultures. You want to explore all that just to be a good human being. It makes you a fun person. It makes you a curious person. And if you're a curious person, you're never going to be a bored person. All right, guys, I love you all very much. And I might come back on tonight. I might not. I got a lot of stuff I got to do around here today. If you don't hear from me tonight, I'll definitely be back on tomorrow night, and we'll have a fun. Tomorrow's my birthday, celebrating 5-5 double nickels. Come celebrate with me. Okay, guys, I do love you all very much, even if I don't know your names or what your background is. I don't look at you as being a red hat or a blue hat. I look at you. I want to see you as an individual. In order for me to do that, don't come up to me and ask me immediately in here, who did you vote for? Why the fuck would you do that? It's none of your business. It's a rude question. You wouldn't ask people that in public, so don't do it online. We're going to start treating this online little platform we have here like we're actually out in public, okay? If you come in here, you're going to play by our public rules. If you want to stay and have fun, if you have different points of view, then just don't be a trash human being. Don't threaten people. Don't talk shit about other races. And pretty much don't talk shit about gay people. Don't talk shit about Christian people. Unless you have a valid reason to talk shit about someone, then don't bring it into my stream. Okay, unless you have some facts to back up what you're saying. I've heard a new one today. Apparently 15 million illegal people voted during 2020. I'm going to get off here and I'm going to go scour the internet to find out what the fuck y'all are talking about, because I know it's not based in reality. And I'll check back with you tomorrow to let you know what I found, which is going to be nothing. But I will look. All right, guys, I love you very much. If you've subbed, if you've liked, thank you for that. Every little bit helps. Trying to keep my channel alive while being shadow banned. So hard work. Help a brother out. Love you. See you on my birthday. Till next time. CTG out.